Hello and welcome to day 30 of my 30-day watercolour challenge. This is the last day and I made it. I got to the end. Not without a few struggles, but I got there, and this is today's painting. A boat of happy people. What a good way to round it up. This one was really easy. And why it was so easy was because I had those loosening up days on day 27 and 29, which kind of snapped me out of being so tight and minutia focused. So when I went about this one, I could actually really easily get these characters in. My sense of humour had returned. I was lighter. I just felt better about it. It was amazing. It's really incredible how that can change your whole attitude to painting just by taking a break. So without going on about that too much, because I will be talking a lot more about how we get stuck in these psychological stages on my new channel. So you'll see that growing in content in the future. So head over and subscribe if you like. I know I do a lot of talking here about, the head stuff, but that's what I discovered through this entire process, that I actually really am interested in how artists are motivated, what gets them stuck, and so on. And that's because of being in the industry for over 35 years. I've had to go through it myself, and I've worked out strategies and ways to get through it. And it's not been easy, but I'd like to share what I did learn. I know what I've done and what I might advise is not for everyone, but for those that it hits a button with, good, I'm sharing it. So I'm going to get off and show you the video in a second, but what's going to happen after this day 30 is I'll put one more episode up to wrap up. It'll be the summary of the whole thing, and I'll show you all the paintings all together and just do a little quick overview of all the things I learned and what benefits I extracted from it, because in actual fact, that's why I did the challenge. I was being very selfish, and it wasn't actually to teach people how to paint. But I'll save that for tomorrow. Right now, I'm getting out of the scene so you can go and watch the video. Now I've got this spare underpainting left over from a few days ago where I decided to make another one and wanted to come back to it. So I'm going to start today simply by finishing this painting, and I've got an idea. Now I know the other day we did a red boat, and I love doing that complementary coloured boat because it really works. So it doesn't really matter what I choose as long as I get this boat in. Bit of exaggeration here. It's going to be a boatload of people out on the ocean looking at something. I might even give myself a little bit of drawing direction here. All right, now I don't have to put the contents in yet. I'll just get my boat here. Let's leap in with the boat. I'm just going to start with a yellow. I'll lighten that right up, and I might change the colour of this later. It's like a big banana. A banana boat. That's exactly what it looks like, a banana in the water. I think I'll make it look more like a banana. I quite like the idea of that. Let's just make it like a big floating banana. If I want the attention to go onto the contents of the boat, then I'll leave it like that. As you can see, because it's gouache, it's dulled right down upon drying, and that may actually be fine, but I'm going to make it a little darker down the bottom. Right, now the contents, very important contents. A whole lot of little beings. Now I'm going to start with all these people. Now I'm just going to mix up a little bit of rose, doré and sienna. Just really cartoon-like to start with. Just loosening up, having fun. And after the last few days of, the loose paintings, you can see how this becomes a lot easier. You really do get your sense of humour back, which is fabulous. Literally just little shapes. Very, very easy to do, you see. Just little humans, a little bunch of humanoids, all watching this thing here, which will be the object of their fascination. That will be a dolphin. A bit of a funny looking dolphin. We'll get him right in a minute. We'll get him right enough anyway. Okay, so I can come in with a bit of lightness. Same tone, just a bit of white. Let's see if we can pick up on someone. Probably needs very light because otherwise you won't see it. They'll have hats on and sunglasses. That's why this gets really easy. But initially, just get some colour in there, some light. Just, doing like the planes of their faces. Nose, bit of light into the nose. Sunglasses. I probably should put his sunglasses on first, shouldn't I? Never mind, we'll see how we go. Make it up as you go along day today. Well, every day is make it up as you go along day for me. So easy, just little figures. Now, if we said most of them have got a hat on, then we'll put that on and then sunglasses. Give them all a little hat. Perhaps I'll put the sunglasses on them first and we'll assume that most of them do have sunnies. So carefully, again I'm back in the small land here, that's all right. It's small but loose. Maybe that one doesn't have glasses. There you go, look at that, that's cute, isn't it? Even the fact that they're all wearing glasses gives me another idea. So I will put them on this guy. And the idea is that they're all filtering their eyes, or their view is being filtered. So it's kind of got a funny little ring to it as an idea. And I really do think if we just popped a little glimmer in there, given it's really sunny, because it's all like it's a little bit flat and dull because we made the boat dark, so we'll have to fix that. So just put a little glimmer on there. We can have the hats in different colours, as they would be. We could put shirts on them, and again we've got an opportunity for colour here and light. I might just put a white sort of type shirt on this guy and I'll dull it down. The chance to do contrast is right here in front of me, so I'm just going to put stripes on this guy, on that black shirt, because it just looks great. There we go. Maybe this guy here's got some sort of red flowers like that, or it might be a woman. Put a bit of texture in where you can sort of see the shadow. You can go nuts on that or just keep it real simple. You know, the more you start fussing, the more you have to fuss. If you start off naive, just stay that way. To avoid so many rabbit holes you've seen me go down as I've been going through this process, this whole 30-day process. You can go there real fast. If I keep refining everything, that's where it heads. A little bit of a no-brainer in the end. And I think the idea that when I took a few days where I just painted some wild and crazy paintings, it just sort of broke me out of that, and now I feel freer to just play in the painting. And that's why in my career as an artist, you know, painting a lot of paintings for exhibition commitment and things like that is, you know, how do you keep painting a lot of work without becoming not just stale yourself, but stale to your audience? Like, they don't want to see you paint exactly the same thing over and over. So then you start to limit yourself because of that, instead of just going, well, you know, I've got a creative bent. I can paint, I can change, I can flex, and I can take my audience with me. And we can sort of put some watery stuff down the bottom to make like a splash, which I think I will do in a minute. But before I do, the boat is a bit flat in my view. The whole composition is very, very simple. Oh, I know. What I might do is lighten up some of these faces now that we've got them sunglassed and we know where the shadows are. Now the water in this painting was quite flat. That was why I abandoned it, and I can actually, you know, I can rev it up with a bit of foreground jolliness by working into it, and just that's exactly what I might do. I really feel like I've got nothing to lose, so I'm going to just get some oh, look at that gouache. What a bloody pest. Look at that. Get that out. Look, see? Unreal. Just a tiny drop and then that's what happens. Now I'm in trouble. Right, so we've got a cloud we're going to have there. Fix that in a minute. Definitely going to be a cloud. So white in the front. Now the boat is a little dark. I do find that too dark, but let's just put our random white cloud in here, which we have been forced to insert. Here we go. Careful, Helen, don't get too carried away. Now, I still think that boat's a little dull, really. It's, I mean, they're all very colourful, but it's almost like it sort of doesn't match the painting, generally speaking. And I'm not quite sure I like that water there either. A few things about it, but if that boat was a brighter colour, I think it would actually work. Oh boy. Okay, if I change this boat, I'm going to take a big risk. So here I go. I'm going to go into an orange. So I'm going to put this in there, put that there to try and, you know, stop myself from making a total mess. Just move that up a little bit. Now remember, it's gouache, so it's going to be stirring up all the old brown paint underneath. That will make it a little hard to do. You're probably going to watch me wreck this, so enjoy what you saw before. It won't be the same in a minute. I wonder whether we can just keep another coat like that. Let's try it. Don't worry, this will dry. nearly there, folks. So what I want to do now is create the curls so they're just a bit more fun. Just make them a bit more consistent with the other colour. And we'll put the hands back in. Right, that's it. I mean, we could put a little, boat planks or something, but I don't think so. I don't think that's needed. That is finished. So that didn't take too long at all, did it? It was just literally taking a underpainting and putting in the characters, and we have day 30 of the watercolour challenge. A boat of happy people. What a great way to end. A boat of happy people. And someone asked me right at the start if I would do a dolphin. There it is. It's a little small, but it's definitely a dolphin in the boat of happy people. Okay, wonderful. Boat of happy people. Well, that just looks fine, doesn't it? A boat of happy people in a blonde frame and a boat of happy people in a white frame. I like it. That's a really happy way to finish off the challenge. Super duper. It was so easy too. I'm glad you got to see that, because it has been a struggle, and the loose days helped me to actually be able to do that really in a relaxed fashion. It's amazing how you take yourself too seriously until you actually break out of it. Fabulous. Well, what do you think? Was it worthwhile? Thank you so much for joining me on these 30 days. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a summary of everything. I'm going to show you all the paintings I've painted. That will be quite fun, and tell you all the things I've learned, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and I'll try not to be too boring and try not to ramble too much, I promise you. In the meantime, thank you for getting to day 30. Thanks so much for watching, for those who have, and all your comments and support in the background. I've really appreciated having witnesses to my little challenge, which was mostly done to get me motivated. So I hope it motivated you a little bit as well. I'm certainly not lining up to become a watercolour teacher anytime soon. That's not what I'm here for. But by doing it, by showing myself that I have the discipline to actually get hard things done, even when they're not on the top of my favourite list, that was actually the whole point of it. So I'll talk more about that tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this, and share the playlist. And I'll put a link to the 30-day playlist below in either my first pinned comment or the description. And I'll see you tomorrow for a wrap up of the whole series.